Hello YouTube, B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over a really cool figure. It is the Power Rangers action hero Dino Charge Fury from Bandai. Yeah, I'm probably going to call him Dogold a lot in this review, but that's because I watched, or I've been watching the Sentai recently. I'm taking a break from it. I haven't watched it in a while. But he's called Fury in the American show, and Dogold, if I remember correctly, was the name from the Japanese show. And in Dino Charge, he was like trying. Well, I haven't watched Dino Charge, but he's trying to earn his freedom from the main bad guy, who I think is called Sledge. And he's like, you know, dangerous and hot-tempered and angered all the time, which is kind of what the back of the box said. And he's looking for the inner gems so that he can, you know, get free, but he's like also fighting the Power Rangers. And he's probably a cool bad guy. I like him in the Japanese show. He's kind of like the embodiment of anger in the Japanese show, because the bad guys are basically Black Lanterns trying to resurrect Necron. They're pretty much doing the same thing that Black Lanterns did in Blackest Night. So, just saying, you know, it's the same thing except without all the resurrection. Actually, there's more resurrection than you'd think there would be in that show. But yeah, he's really cool. He's part of the action hero line, which consists of minifigures. Red, blue, pink, green, and black will all be in one review. He and the Vivics here are going to get their own review, and Megazord also. So keep an eye open for all of those. So I'll be reviewing them as one review. One review. But I have all of them right now. So, totally caught up at the time I'm filming this anyways. But yeah, Fury here is actually a really, really cool figure. He feels very unique for the line because, you know, 4 of the figures are the freaking same sculpt, you know, and then lots of the vehicles and Zord stuff all come with some kind of cheap little Ranger. And, you know, the Vivix thing isn't that much different dimension-wise, but this guy and the Megazord are really my 2 favorite figures from this series. I really like this guy. I just love all the detail. I think he's got a pretty cool sculpt, head sculpt. You know, I think it captures his likeness. It might be not perfectly, but enough for it to, you know, be good. And he's mostly painted on the front. And this is a separate piece from his regular kind of skirt thing so that he can move his legs more, which is really nice. He's got lots of, like, the chains and stuff are all painted. His angry face is painted. And the happiness and sadness faces are missing. I think we're getting the embodiment of sadness, whose name I can't remember. I cannot remember his name. I wish we were getting the happiness one, like that girl that's covered in hearts. Chandelier, something like that. I keep wanting to say Chandelure, but I'm pretty sure that's a Pokemon. But we're not going to get her, obviously, because she's a girl, and they don't make enough figures of the female characters. I know, right? He's got a really cool sword. It's not like fully colored and stuff, but it looks really nice. Like, I just like that kind of gold plastic they use. It's got good detail on it, as far as I can tell. I like his claws on his shoulders and stuff. You can get an exclusive version of him in the Toys R Us pack, which I might still get that pack. I'm not sure. I didn't know they were making that pack until after I'd bought most of the Rangers regular releases, so, you know, but he's really cool. I mess with this guy a lot. Not really painted up on the back. Like, they painted his belt and straps here, but they didn't paint like the rest of this stuff. I don't know if it's just brown or whatever, I guess. I haven't really paid attention to the guy when he's turned around. Most of the time you see his front in the show and stuff, you know? So I'm just going to let it slide. I mean, I'm going to have him displayed forwards anyway, so what's the big deal, right? He's got like these cool lion feet and stuff. Really, really nice. But now articulation. Head side to side. You know, just kind of like the Rangers and stuff. Up and down on the arms. Forward and back. You got an elbow bend. You got a swivel up here, which is nice. You know, nothing really on the waist or anything, obviously. Leg up. In and out also. Knee bend, as you can see. Up and down on the foot. Kind of, you know, some rotation there. He kind of has a bit of an ankle pivot, actually, which is really nice. But it's not really enough to have him pose too dynamically. So he has really about the same amount of articulation as the Rangers. Maybe a little more if you count. It depends on how you count the feet, I suppose. But he's actually a really cool figure. I really like this guy. Like, for $10 altogether, I think it was a good buy. You probably get him cheaper in some places maybe, but I got mine from Toys R Us because I couldn't find him anywhere else. And then, you know, as soon as I bought him at Toys R Us, now I see him everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just how it happens. But yeah, so how about getting to some size comparisons? Now here's Fury with some other Dino Charge figures. You know, here on the left we have Vivix, aka Paramonster, and then here on the right we have the Red Ranger. And I think he scales fine with both of them. Maybe he should be a little bigger because he's like a dude in a suit and stuff. But, you know, I think he scales fine. I think he looks really cool with these guys. He is bigger in a way. Like, he's wider and stuff. He's just not, you know, taller. But, you know, their height doesn't vary much. I think he looks great with these guys. You know, I think he looks really good with the Vivix because he is bigger than the Vivix, which is really nice. And I might pick up one or two more of these guys if I can find them on clearance or something, just so I can have some for Fury here to use. But yeah, so I think he's going to scale up well with these Dino Charge figures. He's going to scale up well with the ones that kind of come with the Zords like this, because they're the same size as that Red Ranger right there. Really, really nice. He's obviously not going to scale up well with figure arts. He's too small for SH figure arts. As you can as you can see, she's too big for him. But, you know, what you gonna do? Those big armored rangers aren't gonna scale. Really, the only thing that's gonna scale with this guy would be these Dino Charge figures and Super Mega Time Lightspeed Force. Yeah, so the Super Mega Force line was where the action hero, this, you know, kind of line really started, was with Super Mega Force. And it just carried over into Dino Charge, which is great because I'm liking these figures a lot. And while I don't have any of the actual Super Mega Force Rangers in this scale, I do have Quantum Ranger on the left and Titanium Ranger on the right, and I think he scales well with both of them also. He's going to scale great with the Super Mega Force stuff and the Dino Charge stuff in his scale, which is wonderful. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Bandai Power Rangers Action Heroes Dino Charge Fury figure? He's cool. I dig him. He's pretty cool. I've been messing with him non-stop since I bought him. He's a really, really great little figure. I just love him so much. I'm posing him around, having him fight all my little rangers, you know. I just love messing with the figures and stuff. Just really, really nice. He looks great. And, you know, if you want it to be like a giant version of him fighting the Megazord, you even have that scaling because he's the same size as this Megazord here. Which I should have shown you, you know, in scaling, but I'm just thinking about it. So yeah, you know, he can even work with the Megazord. I mean, he's so cool. I'm loving him. Look at this dude. He's just so nice. I dig this figure a lot. So all in all, I gotta give him 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, he's not a perfect figure. He does have some hindrance in his legs, you know, and stuff. But he's just for kids, you know. He's just a little cheap toy for kids. So if you want one, pick him up. I think it's a good little investment because I don't know if there's a Japanese figure of him or whatever. I really don't because I'm not... I mean, Japanese figures were from, what, 2013 maybe? These guys were out, like, alongside Kamen Rider Wizard and stuff, right? So... yeah, I'm thinking 2013 is what their Japanese figures are from. So they might be a little pricey now. I know for a fact the Morpher is. So, but yeah, I don't even know if they made this guy. But I'm glad that Bandai America did because I really like it. So yeah, that's it, you guys. 4 out of 5 stars. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, follow back on Twitter. All that jazz. Thank you all so much again for your support, and I'll see you all later.